In this video, we are going to explain how having an accessible website that is ADA compliant benefits the business in big ways. Let's get into it. It is pretty much common knowledge these days that running a business, in most cases, comes with having a website. It doesn't matter what type of business you have. A presence on the internet is a great source for creating awareness and building your brand. It has even become so much easier to create a website and publish content for your business quickly. With all the tools available today to build websites, the barrier for entry has been lifted. However, there are now standards that all websites must abide by according to the law. In the United States, this is known as ADA. In 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act was developed. Title III of the ADA states that all places of public accommodation are required by law to remove any access barriers that would inhibit a person with disabilities from accessing the business goods or services. Back in 2018, the DOJ affirmed that this law governs websites as well. This means that each website must make its content accessible to any person with a disability such as the blind, the hearing impaired, or even those with cognitive disorders. It's a good thing that there are many ways to make your website compliant with the ADA law, and we have made videos showcasing the best ways to do that. If you haven't seen them, please consider checking them out. They may provide the information you need to assist in that effort. Businesses with websites that are accessible and compliant with ADA regulated standards experience several benefits that end up contributing in big ways. Here are some of those benefits that ADA compliant website owners appreciate. Lawsuit protection. In the last 2 years, many organizations, such as universities and corporations, were hit with hefty lawsuits because they didn't have an ADA compliant website. Organizations, like Hofstra University, were challenged for violating the ADA, simply because their website was not accessible to all. Unfortunately, older websites do not typically have accessible features built into the design. However, this can be fixed. Newly designed websites can be created following web content accessibility guidelines, or older sites can be retrofitted with them. In addition to the protection, another benefit is boosting your business's reputation. Following the law and conforming to the Americans with Disabilities Act isn't just good practice, it's good business. By creating a website accessible to all users, you associate yourself with a good, reputable presence on the internet. This means that you can tie your business and your content to the notion of website accessibility, and by proxy, prioritizing individuals with disabilities as much as the rest of your customer base. Another benefit experienced is becoming positively visible in your industry. Every business should have the goal of becoming a positive influence in their industry. What you or other businesses may not realize that website accessibility and ADA compliance is an important step towards this goal. On the other side of the coin, keeping your company from running into legal trouble and out of the courts is a good way to keep your business's reputation squeaky clean. Remember that your website needs to prioritize equal access, especially for disabled users, and the name of your business becomes known for being a pioneer in accessibility. Becoming visible in your industry and boosting your reputation will help to expand your customer base. Communities are full of diversity, especially in modern America. In that wide pool of potential customers, you should know that nearly 1 out of 5 people in the United States has a disability. This huge number by itself is a strong reason for making your website ADA compliant. Widening the range of potential users for your website is easiest achieved by making sure that your content complies with the ADA. Another benefit for sites that are ADA compliant is that they promote user-friendliness and good practices. Being familiar with the best business practices can help you meet the standards set by WCAG. At the heart of good website design should be user-friendliness and following the regulations set by the WCAG, or Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. In doing so, not only you will benefit when you comply with the ADA, but all your web visitors and customers will also. Those who need websites to have accessible features will appreciate you more than your competitors who are not compliant. When these good practices spread across your industry, you can sit high knowing that you were one of the first. This next one is priceless, and having it would not just be a benefit but a blessing. This is to get carried by word-of-mouth advertising. Having an eye-catching or unique design is the easiest way to get eyes on your web content. Marketing and advertising are now for much more than stores with physical locations. Internet advertising and social media by proxy are the hottest new places to promote your business. Word of mouth is now carried through social media, and social media loves to feature businesses that care about their communities. By following the law and placing individuals with disabilities at the forefront of your design, you put yourself in the spotlight and carry through organic advertising once people start noticing. Everyone knows that you can't put a price on word-of-mouth advertising because it is unbeatable. Following that last one will be tough, but not with this benefit. It improves your site's SEO. What? Having a website with accessibility at the forefront can edge you ahead of the competition. Nowadays, search engines prioritize and increase the rankings of sites designed with web accessibility and the ADA guidelines in mind. Websites that adhere to the ADA are pushed to the front in search engines when a potential customer searches the relevant terms to your business. Simply put, web accessibility can help push your site towards the first page of a user's search results. And last that we have for you today is that having an ADA-compliant website can create positive effects in your community. More than anything, the ADA is in place to protect communities and create legal requirements for websites to follow. By adhering to the ADA standards, you reinforce the notion of inclusion for all users. Because 1 in 5 Americans live with disabilities, putting those same individuals in a place of importance as you design your site has immediate positive effects on not only your business, but your community as well. Since the ADA requires websites to be accessible to those with disabilities, complying is not just being obedient to the law, but is also making an incredibly wise business decision. 1 in 5 adult Americans are living with a disability, and over 1.6 billion people worldwide. The disabilities market spends an average of $650 billion annually, and since shopping online is not just growing, but has become a necessity as of late, there are many people, and a whole heap of revenue, waiting for your website to be accessible so they can visit, spend time, and their money with your business. We thank you for watching our video and hope you found it informative and valuable. Check out our other videos in this category of ADA compliance. Be well, and we will see you in the next video.